This is Jim Lawyer here at Time Station 43 in Chillicothe, Ohio. We're manning the time station this year for the first time in a long time here in Chillicothe. We'll be back next year bigger and better, supporting the teams and riders. Welcome to the OhioRAAM Show.
Well, thank you, Jim Lawyer, for that introduction. Jim has been a part of the time stations here in Ohio almost from the beginning, starting out as a helper at Time Station 42 in Blanchester. Then he moved over and took charge of Time Station 41 in Oxford. Got that going well. Got a lot of people volunteering there. And with that going well, he moved over to Chillicothe, Ohio, Time Station 43, and last year opened the very first time station staffed in Chillicothe. Thanks a lot, Jim, for all your help over these years. You've become a good friend, and we appreciate you a lot. And I am Lee Kreider, the producer of the OhioRAAM Show.
I am Maria Vasquez. I am the host of the OhioRAAM Show, a show about cycling and ultra cycling. This is a service of the Race Across America time stations 41 in Oxford, 42 in Blanchester, and 43 in Chillicothe.
And we come to you 3 times a month on the 7th, the 17th, and 27th of each month. Be sure to check the show notes. You'll see them right below the video on the OhioRAAMShow.com website. If you're watching on YouTube, they will be in the description box below the video. There you'll also be able to follow the OhioRAAM Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Well, here in the United States, we're getting ready for our Thanksgiving holiday. Almost every nation or culture in the world has something like this. This would be a good time for me to say up front in the first part of the show what I often talk about toward the end of the show, and that is a big thank you to all of you who make this show possible. Thank you to Maria for your hosting. We thank you, Chuck Stiver, for videographing when we are on the road. Thank you all those of you who have done introductions over the years, wondering what the heck I was trying to do. Thank you especially to those of you who watch the show, and the biggest thank you goes out to those of you who help on the social media to share, to like, and to comment on the show. We appreciate all of you very much. Now, just a word about today's guest before we kick it over to Maria. His interview was recorded prior to the World Time Trials in Borrego Springs, California, and you'll hear him refer to that. As it turned out, fate took a hand. He was not able to qualify for the Race Across America as he had hoped. He plans to do that either at Sebring or Calvin's Challenge this coming year, and he still has a goal of riding in the Race Across America in 2020. That's the fate of when you record these things early. Sometimes things change, and that's changed a little bit for Chris, but not his enthusiasm for the Race Across America. So, Maria, take it away.
Hey, Chris, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you, Maria?
I'm doing awesome. Welcome to the OhioRAAM Show.
Thank you.
First of all, I have to say that I'm very, very distracted by the view of that amazing store behind you. So can you tell us a little bit about the store before we start?
Name is Fat Jimmy's Outfitters in Bedford, Pennsylvania. This is where I've been coming since I started cycling. And when I came to Jim, the owner, about doing this RAM effort, he was behind it 110%.
Tell us a little bit about RAAMs. What are your plans? What got you into thinking about doing RAM?
Deep Creek Lake, Maryland, about an hour and a half from here. Well, every year they have this charity ride, and I signed up for it for the first time in 2016. And I'm doing this ride, and a bunch of riders are around, and I see this one rider getting followed by a van with lights and stickers and bikes on the roof, and I'm like, who's this
kind
guy?
of weirdo is this?
Yeah,
huh?
Who does this guy think he is? This is a charity ride. What is he doing? Well, then I saw the stickers, Race Across America. I'm like, boy, I wonder what that is. So I Googled it. I remember thinking, I'm like, this is insane. Whoever would attempt this is crazy. Well, fast forward 2 years, I started seeing more things about RAM. I followed it online this year and actually got to hang out at the time station. Actually, while I was hanging there, I was talking to one of the crew chiefs who was waiting for their rider. It had Hogan on the back of his shirt, so he was Shauna Hogan's crew chief. So I was like, this is a guy who I need to tap for information. So after that, he left. I immediately got a notebook and wrote down everything that I could remember he said to do.
All right, so that motivated you to do it. But I do believe that you're not qualified yet, are you?
Correct. I'm actually qualifying here in a couple weeks at World Time Trial Championships in Borrego Springs. In June, when I decided to sign up for RAM, I got a coach, Jane Marshall with CTS, pro level mountain biker. She's helped me so much. My fitness has come so far. Basically, I'm doing 250 miles a week. She's like, yeah, it's going to take over your life, but we can do it. My wife's still with me. It's taken over my life, but in a good way.
Nice. You talked about a cause. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. When I looked at and I saw the charities that everyone, was riding for, well, going back a little ways, I gave my life and my heart to Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior back in 2006. I didn't grow up going to church, but found him, and my life has never been the same since. Both my wife and I started going to church in 2006. I got involved with disaster relief ministries, Volunteers in Mission, repairing homes that had been damaged by natural disasters. I did that since 2006 till just recently this spring. That was really my niche in the church, but that seemed to be coming to an end as well. So last year I asked God, I'm like, I want a new ministry. I want to do something else for your kingdom because I feel this thing is ending. How can I make that a ministry? And just by sharing the hope and love and peace of Jesus Christ and what a relationship with him offers, that's my ministry. That's our team's ministry for Race Across America. God is so good because he's combined my love of cycling, my love of racing, and my love of him. And with this world, there's so many hurting people that just have lost hope with all, war and racial tensions and everything else going on in the world. A relationship with Jesus Christ is the only way to find hope, a steady way to find hope. If I can do that by going across the country, we're not going to sit there while we're riding down the road with a floppy Bible in our hand telling people, oh, you got to turn or burn. It's not like that. It's just, acting the way Jesus calls us to act, loving others. If we can make a difference in one person's life while doing this race to where they have a new hope and a newfound, love for life through Jesus Christ, it'll all be worth it.
Any goals in terms of what you want to accomplish?
My goal originally was to finish the race. However, being a racer, it's still a race. So I would be lying if I said I wouldn't want to beat some people either. So the goal is definitely to finish. And the goal is definitely to complete our mission that God has given us. If I could get a top 3 in my age group, my wildest dreams, it would be incredible. Hey, look, we took this guy, 50 years old. He's only been road cycling for 4 years. Look what he did through me. I don't want to get to Annapolis and have my crew just, I'll never do that again. It'll be an incredible experience, and I want it to be that way for everyone. That's it. I appreciate you guys having me on here. And the one thing I do like about the ultra cycling community that I've learned is they're tight knit. They race against each other, but they'll help each other also.
Thank you very much for joining us today. It was a blast talking to you. And Lee, thank you once again for having me host the show. You guys watching, I'll see you in about 10 days.
Great. Thanks, Maria and Lee, for having me.
Well, thank you, Chris, for that interview. We hope you get a little more experience under your belt We hope you do get qualified, and we would love to see you here in the Race Across America in 2020. You can find out more about Chris in the show notes, which are below the videos here in YouTube or on the OhioRAAMShow.com website. And thanks, Maria, again for doing a great job interviewing. And thank all of you for watching, as I said at the beginning of the show. Our next show will be on November the 27th, and we're going to travel to the Philippines, our first trip ever there, and we're going to visit with Carmela Pearson, who has been a great force in getting ultracycling started in that country. She's held the very first RAAM qualifier there. She has a lot more plans. She was an exciting guest, and I think you'll really enjoy our talk with Mela there in the Philippine Islands. Look forward to seeing you then. Goodbye, Maria.
Goodbye, Lee. Goodbye, everyone. See you in about 10 days.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.